Star's got the toy. I had to bring my chair. I can't stand. Star's got her toy. Like I said. And you can see all the holes in my backyard that Star made. Star's a digger. That's why she has to be on a leash, because otherwise she'll dig her way out or jump the fence, one of the two. She always comes home, but meanwhile I don't need anybody with all the things on the news, people shooting my dog. That's not going to hurt anybody, because people don't know animals. Animals don't attack unless they're provoked or if they're trained to attack. Or if they're sick, that's the other thing. Other than that, they don't attack. People have to watch their kids, too. Because kids do things that are sneaky. I know, I've had daycare kids. They don't realize what they're doing. But kids like to poke at animals for no reason. I don't understand that, but I guess they don't have any of their own, so they like to poke on them. I did daycare. One of the kids was going to poke a stick on the poor dog that was outside tied on a leash in front of their house. He wanted to see if he could poke him in the butt. But I caught him in time. Because that dog, if he got hurt, God knows what he would have done to the kid. But when kids don't have animals, they don't understand that they hurt just like we do. Or they show fear. Fear is another thing why an animal will attack. If you're not fearful of them and you just stand still, they won't attack because you're not being aggressive. I've been with animals all my life and I don't get bit. I've seen packs of dogs, never got bit. Now, I'm not saying dogs that are trained, but a lot of dogs have a bad reputation, like pit bulls. I have a pit bull next door. He's off the leash. He's as friendly as anything. I had shepherds. They didn't go around biting anybody either. I worked for a vet with the Rottweiler. Somebody broke into their yard, and he broke through the sliding doors, and he chased the guy out of the yard, but the poor thing was all cut up. He came in. There's people in the waiting room. We took him into emergency room and getting all the blood out, and that dog knew that we were trying to help him and stop all his bleeding and stitch him up. Didn't even need a muzzle to him. He was just protecting his property, and he did what he had to do. He chased the guy out of the yard. People need training on animals just like some people need training on kids, because there's too many abuse going on. Well, Star gets tired. He goes, looks for the other dog over there by the fence. And here he comes. He wants to play with everybody. Well, they're not doing too much playing right now, so I guess this is it. But none of my kids were afraid of animals either. My oldest daughter, she got in the middle of dogs fighting each other, and they didn't hurt her. And my youngest daughter, Missy, she did the same thing, because dogs will fight with one another because they're always, they get on each other's nerves just like kids. And one of them got a hold of her back of her leg, but she didn't move, and he realized it was her, not the other dog, and he released her leg. Otherwise, he could have took a whole chunk out, but he never did. I had a dog when my oldest two, Patty and Kenny, were little, and Patty was about 2 or 3 years old, and she was on the couch, and she rolled off, and the dog was laying on the floor there, and she fell right on his private parts. And by instinct, he got up, and he went, "Rah, rah, rah," and he grabbed her on the cheek, and then he realized what he was doing, never even put a tooth mark on her face. And I told him what a good dog he was. After that, he never, anytime she stepped on him or anything, he just gave her a look and like, okay, I know, you're a kid. That's what I'm saying. Animals don't attack. I've been raised with them. And I'm 60 years old and never been bit by a dog unless it was by accident. Like I stepped on their food, or they're protective of food. I had one that was very protective of her food. Or you get in the middle of them fighting or something like that. But as far as strangers' dogs, never. And my own never went to attack me. They were getting in the midst of somebody else. Now, I've gotten scratched because they jump on you and they don't realize they've got nails. I've got scratched by their teeth when they're playing. But that's no big deal. That's part of owning an animal. Well, they don't feel like doing anything, so I guess this is it.